What's up, baby? What's up, fellas? Appreciate y'all being here, man. Excited to talk through tonight's showdown slate. Thursday night football, Eagles and Bucs. This should be a fun one for sure, man. We got a high total. Should be a close game, I would assume. Should be a high scoring game. Should be a fun showdown slate as well. So appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna talk through tonight's slate just for the next 30 to 40 minutes. Answer any questions you have, whatever it may be, roster construction, lineup builds. We'll kind of just talk through everything. What's up, Suave? What's up, Tank? What's up, fellas? Let's get back to it tonight. Hey, let's get back to it, baby. Let's get back to it. I'm excited for this showdown slate. $50 super chat from my man T Money. Noah, you the GOAT. Signed up for Patreon last night. Can't wait to see how it goes. Let's get that money. Thanks, bro. Hey, T Money, you're a legend, man. $50 super chat from my man T Money. Appreciate you, brother. And yeah, signed up for Patreon. I saw you signed up. Hopefully the content will help you, man. Hopefully the content will help you. I usually post stuff for Thursday night football, for Monday night football. I do stuff for the main slate, obviously. I'll have, core plays. I'll have positional plays, highlighted options. So all that's posted on Patreon for those of you that want to check it out. But yeah, T-Money, man. Appreciate the $50 super chat. Let's get it, baby. I think I got some good lines for tonight, but still always check up with Noah beforehand. Hey, sometimes you just gotta, you need some confirmation, I guess. But I appreciate you being here, Apollo. Appreciate you being here, man. What's up, Noah? Let's get the money, baby. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you as well, Alec. Good luck to you as well, man. What's up, Victor? What's up, DD? Gainwell is getting too much love. Yeah, Gainwell's, he's projecting really well. His ownership, though, is a little weird. Like, I didn't think Gainwell would be as popular as he is, but, Gainwell's getting a lot of ownership. With the projections that I use, Kenneth Gainwell's got, what's his total ownership? His total ownership, it's, right there around Zach Ertz, which really baffles me. So Kenneth Gainwell's coming in with 24% projected ownership. Zach Ertz, 25.9%. I think Zach Ertz will be way higher than that. I think everyone knows that Zach Ertz is the best value play on the slate. But yeah, Kenneth Gainwell, he's getting a lot of love. He's projected well, though. He's projected for 9.5 DK points, which is good for his salary. But man, I just don't know. It's such a tough matchup. Tampa Bay's been so good against the run this year. Teams just aren't running on Tampa Bay. I think for Kenneth Gainwell to really get there, you're probably going to need him to get, a lot of catches, I would say. I don't think he's going to be really efficient on the ground, so you're going to need 4 or 5 catches, maybe a touchdown. But yeah, he's cheap, so I guess it makes some sense. But I would definitely rather play Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is the best value in my opinion. And if Zach Ertz and Kenneth Gainwell are going to be similarly owned, I would just definitely play Zach Ertz in that scenario. But the projections I use, they can be sometimes off a little bit. I think Zach Ertz will be way higher than 26% owned. He'll be probably double that, if I had to guess. What's up, Derek? What's up, my man? Antonio Brown over Devontae Smith. Victor, man, that's so close. A lot of the receivers in this game, between Mike Evans or Godwin, it's just so close. You don't really know. Between Devontae Smith or Antonio Brown, that's another close one for me. If you want to side with the projections, right now Devontae Smith is projected for 16.2 Draftkings points. Antonio Brown's projected for 16.3. So if you want to side with the projections, go with Antonio Brown. But really, man, I don't know. It's just so close between those two. I think it probably just comes down to what your lineup looks like. If you're playing Jalen Hurts, then probably you want to play Devontae Smith. If you're playing Brady, then probably play Brown. If you're playing both quarterbacks, then flip a coin, honestly. Do you like Devontae Smith over Pittman and Flex for season long with tonight's matchup and game script? You're the man. Good luck tonight, buddy. I would say, yeah. I would definitely be starting Devontae Smith. If that's Michael Pittman, yeah, I would be starting Devontae Smith over Michael Pittman, I think. And good luck to you as well. O.J. Howard, I think O.J. Howard's in play. He's super, super cheap. He's one of the cheapest options that I think is playable. I don't think I'm going to play anyone else below O.J. Howard. But for only $1,400, O.J. Howard played he played way more snaps last week than Cam Brate did. O.J. Howard played almost 60% of the snaps, and I think Cam Brate played 35%, I do believe. So, if I'm going to choose one of the Tampa Bay tight ends, yeah, Cam Brate played 38% of the snaps last week. So, give me O.J. Howard over Cam Brate, and yeah, with how cheap he is, I think Howard's viable. I did take his over on Prize Picks. Right now they have O.J. Howard projected for 10.5 receiving yards. I like the over on that one. That's one pick I did take on Prize Picks today. I made a couple other picks as well. I don't try and give out everything on stream. I try and save some stuff for Patreon members, but that is one pick I do like on Prize Picks for tonight. Ertz is at 10 points now on Prize Picks. Good thing I got it at 7. Yeah, I got in early on that as well. you gotta sometimes, man, you gotta be quick. Like a lot of times when Prize Picks post their projections, there'll be a lot of times when some of the projections are just off and they're just not what they should be. So it definitely pays to get in early if you can. I mean, I feel like Zach Ertz over 7 fantasy points. I mean, I don't want to say it's a lock, but damn, it feels like it should be. Any strong feel for a specific Tampa Bay wide receiver? I really don't have a strong lean, Tank. I think Antonio Brown might be my favorite just because he's the cheapest. But like when looking at ownership, like I think they're all going to be similarly owned. In terms of total ownership, 37% for Mike Evans, 39% for Chris Godwin, 44% for Antonio Brown. So Antonio Brown's actually projecting to be the highest owned of the 3 Tampa Bay receivers. But man, like anytime when it's these 3 guys on a main slate, showdown slate, whatever it may be, I mean, we just don't know which one's going to have the big game. I think you just kind of pick your favorite and hope you hit the right one. But if you want to side with the ownership, right now Mike Evans is coming in with the lowest ownership of all the 3 main Tampa Bay receivers. It's not by much, but 37% compared to 39 and 44 for the other guys. I think Ertz might be more like 40%. Yeah, Ertz is going to be, he might be 50, 60% owned. I think people are smart, man. Everyone knows that Zach Ertz is going to benefit without Goddard. Everyone knows that Zach Ertz is the best value play. I mean, Zach Ertz might be like one of the highest owned plays on the slate outside of the quarterbacks, and I wouldn't be surprised. Thoughts on Rager? I mean, I think Jalen Rager is for sure in play. Him and Quez Watkins. That's another duo that I don't really have a strong preference between Rager and Watkins, but they're going to get plenty of opportunity. They're going to run plenty of routes. Last week, I think Watkins played a little bit more than Rager did, just in terms of snaps. But like Rager got 5 targets, Watkins got 3. Watkins gives you big play upside. He's cheap, 4,600. Rager's cheap at 5K. I think both those guys are pretty good value plays for sure. Hey, Noah, have you ever considered putting your videos on audio, like a podcast form as well as YouTube? I haven't, Brandon. I just didn't think there'd be enough demand for it. I know on YouTube, like if you have a YouTube Red subscription, I think you can watch YouTube videos like as audio, basically. So like if you're watching on your phone, like you can lock your phone and you can still play the video. But I know, if you don't have a YouTube premium subscription, then obviously when you lock your phone, the video stops. But I've never thought about, making or putting my videos in podcast form. I just didn't think there'd be enough demand for it. Evans, Godwin, Brown for captain. Between the 3, man, I mean, I have no strong preference. In terms of captain ownership, again, Antonio Brown's projected to be the highest owned between the 3 Tampa Bay receivers. If you want to side with the one that's the lowest owned, go with Mike Evans, but I think their ownership's all going to be very similar. I don't know if there's going to be too much of a difference between those 3. My pick, I think, is Antonio Brown, but that's no strong lean. Gio Bernard at captain, I don't think I'm going to play Gio Bernard on this slate. I just think he's a little bit too expensive. If Gio Bernard was like maybe 3K, I'd have some interest, but at 5,200, man, you're going to need a lot of things to go right for Gio Bernard to be in the winning lineup. Like, he's going to have to score a touchdown, if not multiple touchdowns. He's just not getting enough involvement right now. He's barely getting any carries. The pass game usage, the week where he got 10 targets, that was just because, the Rams beat the crap out of Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay was throwing the entire fourth quarter. So unless we get a scenario tonight where the Eagles are up like 21-0, which is so unlikely, I don't see how Gio Bernard makes the winning lineup unless he scores a touchdown, which could happen, but at his price, I'm not that interested in Gio Bernard. And he's not really projecting well either. Like he's only projected for 5.8 DK points. Like Rager, Watkins, the kickers, all those Ertz, they all project better than Gio does. Last in, Howard, Gainwell, or Tyler Johnson. I think my pick would be O.J. Howard, but if you want to side with the projections, Gainwell, he projects the best of those 3. I also think Gainwell will be the highest owned of those 3. My pick, though, would be O.J. Howard. Fade Miles Sanders. I mean, it depends on how many lineups you're playing. Like, if you're playing 150 lineups, I would want to have Miles Sanders in my player pool. If you're playing like 5 lineups or 3 lineups or even 1 lineup, I don't think you need to have Miles Sanders. I mean, it's a tough matchup for Miles Sanders. I don't expect him to be very efficient tonight. I think if Miles Sanders puts up a ceiling game tonight, it's going to be because he either scores multiple touchdowns or he catches like 6 balls, which could happen. But Tampa Bay, man, their run defense has been so good. Teams just aren't running on Tampa Bay this year. So it's not a great spot for Sanders. You're kind of banking on the volume, and you're hoping for a touchdown, basically, if you play him. Best value play, I mean, Zach Ertz is the best value play. The projections would side with that as well. Without Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz should be close to an every down tight end, and he's 3,200. So, yeah. Please talk me out of playing Rojo in a few lineups. God, I mean, I know he's cheap, but I still don't think I'd be playing Rojo. Like, he's just not involved. Like, the last 3 or 4 games, he's played less than 20% of the snaps every week. Played, 3 straight games now that Ronald Jones has played less than 20% of the snaps. I mean, another guy that you're hoping for a touchdown, or you're hoping that Leonard Fournette like fumbles and gets benched or something, or he gets injured. That's really what you're hoping for. Fournette is clearly the number 1 back for Tampa Bay right now, and he's just, he's getting all the usage. He's getting all the goal line work. You're going to need a lot to go right for Ronald Jones to be in the winning lineup tonight, I would say. What about Stahl? I'm not going to Stahl. I mean, he's minimum salary, but I don't think he really plays that much. He's yet to be targeted this season. I know without Dallas Goedert, maybe he gets more snaps, maybe he runs more routes. But these are the kind of guys I just don't play on Showdown slates. I mean, he's played... I don't want to look at playing time because I don't think it matters now that Goddard's out. But I just don't know if he's really going to see that much of a boost. He's going to be the backup tight end. I think Ertz is going to play close to every snap. Or Ertz is probably going to play at least like 75-80% of the snaps. So I just don't think Stoll's going to be involved enough. I'm not playing him. You like Tom's over on prize picks? I like his over on passing yards if you want to take that. Right now, Tom Brady's projected for 301.5 passing yards. That is one prop I did take. I like that as well if you want to take that. You could also do his fantasy points over. 22 fantasy points. I would take the over on that as well. But either one is fine with me. Both quarterbacks, I like their overs on prize picks tonight. Which quarterback would you fade to fit in all the receivers? Man, that's so tough. If I had to pick one of the 2 quarterbacks to play, my preference is probably Jalen Hurts. I just think Jalen Hurts, his rushing upside, he gives you a little bit of a higher ceiling than Tom Brady. And obviously, Tom Brady's got a massive ceiling. I mean, he's thrown like 4 or 5 touchdowns multiple times this season. Like 5 touchdowns last week, 5 touchdowns in week 2, 4 touchdowns in week 1. In order for Tom Brady to put up a ceiling game, you're going to need him to score a lot of touchdowns, whereas Jalen Hurts doesn't have to throw 4 touchdowns to put up a ceiling game because he can do, he can run he can run in 2 touchdowns. So I guess they're just the path for Brady to have a ceiling game and the path for Hurts to have a ceiling game. I think it's easier for Hurts to have a ceiling game just because he can do so much, through the air and through the ground. So I would choose him, honestly. Thoughts on Gainwell? Yeah, we mentioned Gainwell already. Look, he's projecting well. He's projecting well for value. I prefer Zach Ertz if I'm playing someone that cheap, but I think Gainwell is fine. He's probably going to get like 7 to 10 touches. They'll use him in the passing game some. The matchup's not good, but again, he's super cheap. He's probably going to get enough touches to where he has a chance to pay off that price tag or be in the winning lineup, I would say. But in order for him to put up a game that like just kills you, and if you don't have him, you're going to lose, then in order for that to happen, he's going to have to score a touchdown. I just don't think, I think it's really unlikely that Kenneth Gainwell puts up a score that's so good you have to have him unless he gets into the end zone. So if you don't play him, you're basically just hoping that he doesn't get into the end zone. Filling out the last spot in my FanDuel, should I go Sanders, Brait, Rager, or one of the kickers? It would be between Sanders or Rager for me. I think I would take Sanders, just bank on the volume, bank on the touches, but that's definitely close between him and Rager. Can we get the 3 Bucs ownership? Yeah, I already mentioned it earlier. Right now, Antonio Brown, total ownership, 44.5%. Chris Godwin, 39%. Mike Evans, 37%. So it's very similar between the 3. Brown coming in the highest owned, though. Evans, the lowest between the 3. Been watching for a little over a year now. Thank you for all the information and tips you have given out. Cashed out plenty of times just because of your tips. Just wanted to say thank you. Hey, appreciate that, man. I'm glad you've been able to have some success. Appreciate you watching for a year. That's a while. Thank you, man. Thank you. I went over both quarterbacks, Ertz and Smith fantasy points. Let's get this bread. Hey, I'm on those as well. Little roster. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Smith fantasy points over, Ertz fantasy points over, both quarterbacks overs. I'm in on all those as well. What are your thoughts on Watkins at captain? I think it's fine if you're playing like a large field GPP. I think Quez Watkins will be very low owned in the captain spot, and the projections would agree with me there. He's only coming in with 2.7% projected captain ownership. But like, there's definitely a chance that Quez Watkins catches like a 70-yard touchdown. I mean, he's got that big play upside. Is it likely to happen? Probably not, but he's at least viable at captain. If you're playing like a large field GPP, I think I would have him in some captain lineups. But if you're playing like single entry, you probably don't need to get that queued, I would say. Or even like cash games or whatever it may be. Thoughts on Captain Ertz, both quarterbacks, Godwin, Smith, and Gainwell? I mean, I think that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I think Captain Ertz is definitely something you can do on this slate. Rarely do I go cheap at captain, but I do like playing Zach Ertz at captain. Who's your favorite captain overall? If you're paying up, I mean, it's got to be one of these receivers. Between Smith or Brown, I mean, that's so close for me. I think I would say Devontae Smith. I think his ownership at the captain spot is going to be a little bit lower than the rest of those other receivers. So it might be like Devontae Smith if you're paying up, and if you're going cheap, it would probably be Zach Ertz for sure. I mean, Zach Ertz, his projected captain ownership is only 3.5%. That's really low. I think it's also going to be way higher than that, but if it is 3.5%, I mean, yeah, that's way too low for captain ownership for Zach Ertz when he can easily put up a score that, you know, makes him the winning captain, especially with how cheap he is. Thoughts on Greg Ward? Not much interest in Greg Ward for me. You know, he's probably going to play a little bit more without Goddard. You know, maybe they run more 3-wide receiver sets. You know, obviously when Goddard and Ertz are both healthy, they have those two guys on the field a lot together. Obviously that's not going to happen tonight since Goddard's out. So maybe you see Greg Ward get some more snaps, run some more routes. He's like a dart throw. You know, I don't really have any confidence in Greg Ward, but he's going to be on the field enough to where he could, you know, luck into a touchdown or something. He's at least playable, I would say. Clean cut, bro. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, my man. It was time, man. My hair was so long. I had to get it just all cut off. And probably, if you guys check back into the channel, probably 4 or 5 months from now, I'll have a full head of hair again. My hair grows so quick. What's up, Noah, man? All this Ertz talk is scaring me. I mean, yeah, I think Ertz is going to be popular, but he projects as the best value play on the slate, and it's not really that close. Like I said earlier, I think he's going to play close to every snap without Dallas Goedert, and he's already been getting good volume. And now you take Goddard out of the equation, we might see 8, 9, 10 targets for Zach Ertz, and he's 3,200. So I'm still playing him, even though I think he will be popular. What do you think? 4 Bucs and 2 Eagles? I mean, that's fine, Hansi. Like, when I make showdown lineups, I don't like, you know, oh, I need 3 players or 4 players from this team. I don't really do that. Like, I just kind of build my lineups, and if I have 4 players from one team, then that's just how it works. But I don't go into a slate thinking I need to play, you know, 5 players from one team or 4 players from one team. I just build my lineups how they go. Noah the GOAT, appreciate that, J-Rock. Appreciate that, man. It's about to get crazy next week, NFL and NBA. Yeah, baby. I'm so excited, man. NBA season literally starts in 5 days on Tuesday. And you guys know I'm going to have NBA content up. You know, we'll have a video up for the opening night slate. I think it's only a 2-gamer. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's the Lakers and the Warriors and then the Nets and the Bucks, I think, Tuesday night. But yeah, we'll have content up for NBA. We'll be streaming for NBA as well. I'm still going to be making NFL content too. But definitely, like, on the days we don't have any NFL, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe even Saturday, I'll be streaming NBA. I'll be making NBA videos. So excited for NBA. It's my favorite sport. Watched you about 5 years or longer. I learned how to play DFS. Thanks, man. Hey, you're a legend then if you've been watching for that long. Because I've been making videos for about 5 years, close to it. So you've been watching since the beginning, Jasper. I appreciate that, man. Cameron Brate, I don't have much interest in Cameron Brate, DD. I just think he's too expensive. Like, I'm not going to play Cameron Brate at 4,800 when O.J. Howard is 1,400. And O.J. Howard played more snaps than Brate did, and they ran similar routes as well. I think both O.J. Howard and Cam Brate are touchdown or bust. If I'm going to play one of them, I'll just play the cheaper one. Faded Evans last week for Godwin and probably would have took down the slate on Yahoo. Ain't fading Evans tonight on DK. I'm sorry. Again, Chris, man, when it comes to these Tampa Bay receivers, you pick one and you hope you get them right. I've been in that situation as well, where I play one of the Tampa Bay receivers and I don't play the right one. Antonio Brown has 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I played Chris Godwin, who has 2 catches for 20 yards. You never know, but you just gotta hope you get it. Hope you get it right. Appreciate the help, Noah. Good luck tonight, my guy. Hey, good luck to you as well, Tank. Good luck to you as well, man. You got cut at the end of NBA. Good luck, y'all. Hey, good luck, T-Money. Yeah, I think last time I got my haircut was like end of NBA season. And that was when, like June or July. So August, September. I mean, literally like 3 or 4 months, my hair grew back to where it was. So probably by like January, February, I'll have a full head of hair again. If you have the extra salary, should you pay up for Evans, Godwin? I'm leaning sticking with AB. I think it's fine to just go with AB there. That'll make your lineup a little bit different if you just stick with AB and leave some salary on the table. I don't know if you really care about duplication or not, but on Showdown slates, especially like the Millie Maker, where there's so many people playing, it's always smart to leave salary on the table. Anytime someone solo ships the Millie, and I think it actually happened last slate, the Colts and Ravens slate, I think somebody did solo ship the Millie that day. Anytime it happens, it's usually because they leave like a lot of salary on the table, or they just play someone like super, super low owned. NBA starts next week. Totally forgot about it. Yeah, dude, NBA season, or like the NBA off season, like they have to have the shortest off season ever. I mean, it literally feels like NBA just ended, and it did. I mean, NBA literally ended like 2 or 3 months ago, and they're already starting up again. The NBA off season is not long at all. You don't get much break before they start back up. But I'm excited. I love NBA, man. It's my favorite sport, like I said. I have Devontae Smith at captain, or I have Devontae Smith as captain flex. I have Brown, Ertz, Hurts, Brady, Ward as sleeper. What you think? So Devontae Smith at captain with both quarterbacks, Brown, Ertz, and then Ward. I mean, yeah, Ward's a dart throw, Alvin, but if you want to play him, if it makes your lineup work, that's fine. That's totally fine. I mean, Greg Ward, let's look at his snaps. I think his snaps will probably increase tonight just because, again, without Goddard, I think they're a lot more likely to not play. They're not going to play as much 2 tight end without Goddard. I mean, Ward's been playing, 28% of the snaps in week 3, 30% in week 4, 16% in week 5. He's the wide receiver 4. He's not going to play a ton, but you're just kind of hoping for a touchdown or something. Which, you can say that about a lot of these cheap guys. O.J. Howard, Kenneth Gainwell, whoever it may be, all these cheap guys outside of like Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz is the only cheap guy that actually will get consistent volume. Tyler Johnson or O.J. Howard? I'd rather have O.J. Howard. Any interest in Stahl? Not for me. I just don't think he plays enough. I don't think he sees any volume to be viable. Like, even if Stahl gets like 2 catches for 20 yards and scores 4 Draftkings points, it's probably not going to make a difference, honestly. So if you play Stahl, I mean, you're probably hoping that like he somehow catches a touchdown, which is very unlikely to happen. Just got here. How do you feel about Ertz captain? I think it's totally fine to play Ertz at captain. And he's not projecting for much captain ownership right now. Right now, the projections I use have Ertz at 3.5% projected ownership at captain. I think he'll be higher owned than that, but I still do like Zach Ertz as a cheap captain. Because Zach Ertz can get you 7 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown tonight, and that's, 22 Draftkings points? Like, I don't think anyone would be surprised if Ertz did that. And if Ertz scores that much, he's probably going to be the winning captain. Who's a sneaky captain pick? I mean, when I'm looking at these ownership projections, I would say Zach Ertz, but like I think Zach Ertz will be higher than what he is, like his ownership projection at captain. I would say sneaky captain outside of like Zach Ertz if you think he's going to be sneaky. I don't think he will be. I think he's going to be a lot higher owned than 3.5% in the captain. But like Quez Watkins, I don't think gets much captain ownership. Him and Jalen Reagor, I think, are captain viable, and both of them should be pretty low owned in the captain spot. Like Ertz at captain frees up a lot. Yeah, that's one of the positives. I mean, if you play Ertz at captain, you've got, let's see how much salary. It's a lot. I mean, you could fit both quarterbacks easily. Yeah, you got over 9K left per player. So you could easily fit both quarterbacks. You could easily fit another receiver, whichever you want to play, and then just kind of work from there. So Zach Ertz at captain does open up quite a bit. Antonio Brown or Devontae Smith? PJ, man, that comes down to your lineup, honestly. If you have whichever quarterback you have in your lineup, I would play the receiver with that quarterback. If you have both quarterbacks, man, just, I don't know, it's so close. They both project literally the exact same. I think Brown projects for 0.1 more than Devontae Smith. Me, personally, I think I'm leaning Devontae Smith. Why does Miles Sanders suck so bad this year? I feel like they never feed this kid the rock. I mean, I wouldn't say Miles Sanders sucks. He just hasn't been very efficient, you know, and he's not getting as much touches, I would guess, as well. So, like, 19, 14, 5. I don't know what happened that week. He might have got hurt. 10, 16. Like, he's not getting, like, 20, 25 touches like he was a couple years ago. The efficiency hasn't been great either, but yeah, I just don't know, man. It's a tough matchup, too, for Miles Sanders. I think if you play Miles Sanders tonight, you're hoping for a touchdown, and you're just banking on that he's probably going to get 12 to 14 carries, and he's probably going to get some pass game usage as well. I mean, he might get the same amount of touches as Leonard Fournette. It's just, it's so much tougher of a matchup for Sanders than it is for Fournette. You won me a lot on NBA, brother. Love the NBA season. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Alvin. Glad to hear that, man. NBA's been the sport, like, outside of this year, NBA has always been the sport I've made the most money on, but I had a big win in NFL this year, so I can't say that anymore. But yeah, NBA has been the sport I've won at the most consistently. I'll say that. Brady's thumb thinking I might fade him, or it could be a big night for a short passing game. I'll be honest, J-Rock, I haven't looked at that. Brady's off the injury report. I'm assuming he's 100%. I'm not worried about that. I would think if he actually had an injury, he would be questionable. But the fact that he's not on the injury report, he should be good to go. Greg Ward will be this week's Cordell Patterson. Hey, if he is, then you better play Greg Ward if that's the case. But I would say that's pretty unlikely to happen. Don't fade Brady. That thumb injury means nothing. Yeah, that's what I would say as well. OJ Howard captain worthy? I don't think so, T-Money. I don't know if OJ Howard I don't think he has enough upside to be the winning captain. I don't think he's going to see enough volume, enough opportunity. Whereas Zach Ertz is going to play 80, 85% of the snaps, probably going to get 7, 8, 9 targets. There's definitely a possibility for Zach Ertz to be the winning captain. Whereas OJ Howard, for him to be the winning captain tonight, I mean, you would probably need like 2 touchdowns or something. Gainwell or OJ Howard? Gainwell projects better, but I would prefer OJ Howard personally, just me. OJ Howard's also going to be a lot lower owned, I think, as well. Chris Godwin or Antonio Brown for the draft for Showdown, or for the Millie? For the Millie, man, I mean, usually you want to side with the one that's lowest owned, which is going to be Godwin, or is expected to be Godwin. But between those two, it's a coin flip, really. I don't have a strong lean between Godwin or Brown. If you're playing the Millie, I guess play Godwin because it'll be a little bit lower owned. I wish I had the secret sauce that, I'd be able to tell which Tampa Bay receiver was going to have the big game, but I don't, man. We're all just guessing at this point. Godwin or Antonio Brown, more points tonight? Looking at projections, Godwin projects for more points. So if you want to side with the projections, Matt, Godwin is projected for 17.4. Antonio Brown's projected for 16.3. So just straight up, who's going to score more points? Right now, Godwin projects for more. Do you run FanDuel too? I do play on FanDuel from time to time, not very frequently, but like I don't provide any FanDuel content. I don't play on FanDuel enough to where I would want to provide content for them. Just because if I'm going to provide content for a site, I want to be playing on that site consistently, and that's not the case with FanDuel. I really only play there like on Sunday. I'll usually run one main lineup on FanDuel. I'll put it like in a bunch of tournaments and stuff, but I don't play on there consistently. Thanks for the streams. It helps to choose players. Good luck tonight if you're betting. Hey, good luck to you, Jorge. Most of my action tonight's on Prize Picks. I got $1,000 in play on Prize Picks. I don't have much in play on Showdown. I normally don't play much on Showdown just because I think Showdown's a lot of luck. There's a lot of variance. Usually for these primetime games, I like to put a lot of my money in on Prize Picks. But good luck to you as well, man. Good luck to you as well. Is Rager a good play? I mean, I think Rager is definitely playable. Him and Quez Watkins are very close for me. They both project very similarly. I think they're both in play for sure. I mean, between Rager and Watkins, they're both probably going to play at least like 65, 70% of the snaps, and they're going to see at least like 4 to 5 targets each. Captain spot for cash games, Devontae or Hurts. Matt, usually in cash games, it's always safe to just play the quarterback at captain. So I would say Jalen Hurts. I don't really play quarterbacks at captain in large field tournaments just because quarterbacks in the captain spot are always a little bit over-owned. But in cash games, again, you're just trying to make the best possible lineup you can. You don't really care about ownership, just, best projected lineup. That's probably going to mean, quarterback at captain. Sold OJ in the Millie captain. Hey, if you run OJ in the Millie at captain, good luck to you, T-Money. I don't think I'd be doing that, but good luck to you, man. Watch you all the time, brother. Love your videos. Appreciate it, dude. I appreciate you being here, Matt. I'm glad you enjoy the videos, man. Glad you enjoy the videos. Just tuning in, you got any good late prize picks? Yeah, there's a couple I like, Jesse. I got 2 4 picks that I'm running for tonight. I got $500 on each pick. Some of these projections, though, have changed, but like Devontae Smith is still projected for 13 fantasy points, so I like over on that. Jalen Hurts is still projected for 21 fantasy points, so I like over on that. Ertz and Fournette, their projections have both changed, so I don't know if I would be touching those. But we mentioned O.J. Howard over 10 fantasy points, or 10.5 receiving yards, excuse me. I like the over on that. I like the over on Brady's passing yards, over on Miles Sanders' receiving yards. That's another one I took, and then over on Chris Godwin's receiving yards. So those are some picks I like for prize picks tonight. Again, most of my action tonight is on prize picks. I'm not playing too much on this showdown slate. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. We've been live for, 30, 35 minutes. I think I was able to answer just about everyone's questions. So appreciate you guys being here, man. Best of luck tonight on the slate. Really, one quick question here from Taekwon. Seriously, can't wait for NBA as well as your DFS vids. Will you be doing Yahoo and DK? I don't know yet, Taekwon. I quit making Yahoo videos, like incorporating Yahoo, just because, DK is like the main focus for people when it comes to DFS content. But I know Yahoo's been on the come up lately. They've been running big tournaments. A lot more people are playing on Yahoo, so I might start doing Yahoo again. Not sure yet. We'll see when NBA season gets here. But appreciate you guys being here, man. Best of luck tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll have my final look video up for the main slate. Be sure to tune into that. It'll go live sometime, Friday afternoon. Good luck tonight, fellas. Good luck.